Hey guys, I'm Don Vietz. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about a interesting stock that I think has a lot of opportunity moving into the future here, both in the short term and in the longer term. So whether you are a day trader or you're a swing trader or you're just an investor, I think this is actually going to be a really simple, easy stock to keep an eye on and to, like I said, both trade, invest in. And this is actually even great for both our options guys. This is actually one of the few times I can give you guys like a multi-year options trade swing. And also great for stock day traders. And again, great for investors. Like this is a really solid something that you can allocate a portion of your portfolio to and see a whole lot of strong performance out of it moving forward potentially. Obviously, disclaimer down below, but this is a pretty solid trade that I think you guys will all enjoy seeing about. So I just want to start off with the chart, right? We're going to do sort of our natural analysis, and I'm actually going to make a video on how I do analysis on a trade and what I do, where I start, how I get to the end of it, and how I make these decisions. But for now, you guys are probably going to pick up a good bit of what I think and how I do it by watching. So first off, looking at the monthly chart, right? And this is the maximum amount of data available all the way back from 1995. And you can kind of see this range that was built here in 1995. And let me zoom in on this. So you can kind of see this range that was built in 1995, right? Boom, boom. We have this range way back from there. And then we had the breakout that happened and the preceding bullish market that occurred after, right? Then we had similar move on the downside. This is the .com crash, I believe, and we had the drop in this stock. Then we had a new range form. That's sloppy, but we had a new range form here, and that range you can kind of see high. Let me do this. High. We broke those highs, and we moved up. All right. So then we had another sell-off. This was the 2008 mortgage crisis sell-off that happened. And we had obviously the rally that preceded it. But we had the 2008 sell-off happened. And then this is one of the stocks that actually never really fully recovered from the 2008 mortgage crisis sell-off, right? And now we've kind of returned back to, again, those prices that we had back in 1995. Like Nokia, the company, is worth the same amount as it was worth in 1995. That's kind of a crazy concept to even think of. And what's something, again, this will show my age a little bit, but when I was in high school, we were just transitioning from beepers to cell phones. And the Nokia phones, I remember, got a reputation for basically being indestructible. And I think even today, that's still a thing, right? We still have the memes of the Nokia phones being indestructible. We still have the one video I saw of the guy puts a Nokia phone, he builds a hammer around it, and he hammers nails in with the Nokia phone. So there's a lot of this sort of stuff out there as far as the meme culture goes, where everybody kind of has an idea already that Nokia does make a solid, indestructible product. Now, obviously, today, they're not making those same types of phones, and things have changed a lot. But I'm more so just pointing out that people do have an idea in their head, a preconceived notion of what Nokia is that I think could be very beneficial for Nokia moving forward, especially with some of the things that are happening recently. So now we've really looked at the big picture, right? We've seen where our highs are on this. We've got a high up here at about 43, and we got a high at 62.5, and we're currently trading at about $4. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys that, hey, this is going to go to 65. I don't know. Nobody knows that. It definitely could. Depends on what happens. It depends on what decisions are made, what chess pieces are moved, what this Pika new CEO Pika does. But we're going to take a look at the daily chart. So on the daily chart, we had back in March. This is when Pika Lundergarn was, and I might be butchering his name, sorry, but this is when he was named as the CEO of Nokia. And I believe he actually started at Nokia, then he went and was the CEO of another company, and then he came back to Nokia and is now the CEO for Nokia. And this was also, obviously, March, you guys all know. This was after the few-month period where we experienced a bearish market due to the pandemic. So we had the post-pandemic, well, I say post-pandemic, but I think you guys know what I mean. The post-pandemic rally, or rather the post-pandemic sell-off rally that happened in March, and this was also when the new CEO was named. So when that happened, when a new CEO was named, and we also had this massive growth in the entire equity market after we had the sell-off due to the pandemic, we saw a huge amount of growth. We had a 234 low and a high of 515, 516, something like that. And we're now testing back into this area, and we're testing very close to this $3.96 level of the 200 moving average on the daily. And we look at this on the 30-minute, we have a very solid box. We have a solid accumulation building on the 30-minute. And we actually had a after-hours candle that came up significantly on Nokia here, right? So what I really would like to see on this is realistically, if we saw a move up above the 200 and then some action down and then a move to the upside, I think this would be really solid for this stock to do what we're expecting it to do. So again, this is very similar to what we what we talked about with GameStop, or not GameStop, but with Rocket Mortgage, right? We want to see that this accumulation is valid, that it's really an accumulation before we're 100% ready to enter. But realistically, when this happens, your entry could be anywhere in this range. Once this range happens, it breaks out of this box, potentially would like to see a break above this level as well. But even just a break above the box and a retest of that 200, I think that's pretty solid to want to give this a shot, to give this an entry, right? So that being said, we've got a great opportunity here for anybody who is looking at a day trading or a short swing, like a couple week swing where they buy this, they have a tight stop loss, and they have the potential of, maybe you set your stop loss at $3.90, right? So it's about a 22-cent stop loss, and your profit target is $4.50, $4.75. That's a pretty good risk to reward trade on a stock. So you guys definitely want to check this out for all you day traders out there. Now, let's say you're not a day trader. Let's say you want to look for a swing, or you're even an investor. You want to look at what you can do in the future that is going to be have a lot of opportunity, but not put you at a whole lot of risk. And you just you don't want to actively watch it. You just want to buy it and forget about it. And in a couple of years, you come back to it. There is a pretty strong case that Nokia is also setting up on the higher time frame. This is the weekly, and you can actually see this on the monthly. On the monthly, we have to kind of zoom in on it to see it, but on the weekly, it's a lot more clear. But this is sort of where we are on the weekly, and I want to show you guys some of the things that I like here. You've got your, this is definitely a setup for a Wyckoff accumulation. This looks to be the spring. It's really hard for me to write with this, but I'm going to do it anyway. That looks to be the spring to me. So if this is the spring, and these are your initial setups, where you're selling stopped. You had your automatic rally here and your second test. And then obviously we have our spring. You really want to see, again, just the same way as what we saw with the lower time frame setup. You want to see a break above. You want to see some sort of a flag, or even just some sort of triangle, either way. And then you want to see price action break above that and set up to go. Now, this would require a break of about the $7 level. So in the longer term, this trade is going to take a while. But if we saw a break of the $7 level, that's going to be really significant for this stock to continue. Also, I want to show you guys one other thing here, and that is that this also looks to me, you've got kind of your move up, and then you've got your bearish channel here. That's the ugliest trend line I ever draw, but you guys can kind of see what I'm saying here. You have your bearish channel here and here, and you have your run up. So this is actually a really long, big flag that's happening on the weekly chart and on the monthly chart on this stock, as well as at the same time you have an accumulation range building inside of this really big flag, this really big bullish flag that we've have from back when there was a low of 163. I believe this was the 2000, and this is just after 2008. 2010 maybe or so. So you can see a lot of price action reasons why, a lot of technical reasons why this stock is actually primed to go. And on top of that, we also have Like I said, we had a new CEO back in March. Sorry, I can't speak. Back in March, and now we have a tweet from Nokia. Right, 4 days remaining until all is revealed. The only gadget you need. The countdown has begun. So I think that you can see Nokia is ready to get people hyped about their product. Nokia is ready to make some moves, and with a new CEO and some oomph behind them, they have a lot of potential of maybe not getting to 65. Who knows? But they definitely have a lot of potential of starting a long-term bullish market for their stock. And when you see a stock that has an opportunity like that, even under the current conditions where price is very depressed, I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to hop in and make some money. So I do want to thank all of you guys for coming to watch the video. If you guys like the video, please like it. If you guys like content like this and you want more, click the subscribe button. We'll be uploading videos quite often for you guys. And also, if you would like to talk to me or anybody in the community, we have a free Discord stock trading room that you can join, again, for totally free, down in the description below. Definitely join that. Come and say hi to me. Come and say hi to the guys and ladies. We've got a pretty cool group together, and everybody works together. We talk things out, and we figure things out. We've got a really, really cool group there. So I definitely want to see you there as well, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching, and you guys rock.